This video is designed to help school staff develop an acknowledgement system and a system for students to redeem their acknowledgements. To explain how Manitoba created a PBIS culture at the beginning of the school year, here is Principal Vitrano.
Well, one of the things that we did here at Manitoba was talk at length about where we were as a culture before PBIS and what were some of the things that we thought that we needed to do differently in order to continue to build and nurture a good school climate. And so we had to define that. So going into this school year, we had some ideas already about how we wanted our kids to behave in the hallway, in the bathroom, at the playground, and we had some observational data that we actually used based on prior years' student experiences. So that was.
We will now watch Miss Worth acknowledge her students on their way to the cafeteria. Students who are walking in the halls meeting their expectations of be safe, be respectful, and be responsible are acknowledged verbally and with one Manitoba money.
Before entering the cafeteria, Miss Worth uses pre-correction to review the expectations in the cafeteria. Students are then acknowledged for exhibiting these desired behaviors before entering the cafeteria. Mr. Vitrano will now cover their PBIS redemption system called the Manitoba Mall.
We talked at length about how do we be consistent across all of the adults in the building. And that's one of the great things about the framework of PBIS, that it allows us a common dialogue, a common vocabulary to talk about being consistent. So classroom to hallway to outside. So we had this idea around rewarding students with Manitoba Money. But then really didn't know yet how we were going to use that money and what capacity. So through brainstorming with the PBIS team, we came up with the mall idea, the Manitoba Mall, which had a great ring to it. But one of the concerns we had after kind of polling the teachers was, how do we get all the kids logistically down to the mall, and how do we run that smoothly so that we don't overlap, and how do we make this minimally invasive in terms of our academics here? So one of the great ideas that one of the members came up with was have a mobile Manitoba Mall. So hence the Mall on Wheels. Now we have an opportunity to bring the mall right to the classroom, and the kids are able to select right in the room, and it takes a minimal amount of time, and then we're right back to our academics. So it's great. The kids get to use their reward dollars, they get to purchase things through the mall, but we're right back to what's really most valuable here, and that's the academics.
At Manitoba, students receive Manitoba money from all staff when exhibiting positive behaviors and meeting the school's expectations. Students save these throughout the week, and on every Friday, the Manitoba Mall, which is a cart with various prizes on it, comes to each classroom. The classroom teacher is responsible for running the mall and then getting the mall to the next classroom. Students come up in groups to the mall and cash in their Manitoba money by buying their choice of prizes. Students can also save up their Manitoba money for larger items. Let's see the mall in action in Miss Worth's classroom. To help maintain order, Miss Worth has students come up in groups. She also gives each group a time limit in which they must make a purchase and return to their seat. While these groups of students come up to the mall, the rest of the students are engaged in academics at their desk. During this whole process, the teacher is actively engaged with all the students and is careful to not turn her back on the class, so she's able to keep an eye on all students. Staying with their PBIS expectations, Miss Worth continues to positively interact with all students. When students have found what they want, they pay the teacher their Manitoba money and return to their seats.